Right, how's it going, friends? Welcome back to the channel, Football Therapy, with me, your host Jan. As always, mate, do hope you're doing well. Really do hope that hybrid video today. Chelsea apparently looking at a new goalkeeper, Cobble from Dortmund. This is going to be off court offside. We'll do a little bit on Evan Ferguson. Yeah, so that is covering problem positions, striker and goalkeeper. So we're going to find these stories are coming from court offside and The Guardian, respectively. So we're going to react to those stories. We're going to build a lineup. We're going to look at West Ham because, of course, Graham Potter. We're playing him on Monday. I'll be covering all the transfer stories across the weekend meticulously and closely. So why not subscribe, hit the bell if you choose to. But I'll do a sort of, a kind of match preview now, despite us not playing till Monday evening. And me doing probably loads of videos tomorrow, Sunday, and indeed Monday before the match review. As always, if you want to support the content, you want to get some merch and stuff, you're welcome to. Goat Gang Football Therapy merch available in the store, footballtherapy.shop. Products below the video. But let's get into it. Alright, mate. What should we start with? How about we start with Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper. By Jacques Dalibor. Chelsea target Robert Sanchez replacement with Bundesliga shot stopper. I want a goalkeeper. I really want a new goalkeeper. No offense to Jorgensen. No offense to Georgi Petrovic, who's pretty good. Certainly having a great time in France. And yes, maybe Penders is going to be the one. Maybe. But of course, stories are going around about the Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper. Chelsea are reportedly keeping a close eye on Borussia Dortmund's Gregor Kobel as they look to strengthen their goalkeeping options. But they're not the only Premier League club interested. Because we don't have many goalkeeping options, do we? We've only got 47 on the ruddy books. Indeed, bloody hell, Man United are also looking at him. I thought Onana, I know Onana does like high profile meme stuff, but he's still expensive. He cost him a lot of money. And even that like second choice goalkeeper, I forget his name, he looked alright, didn't he? Why do they need to go? I mean, I suppose everyone really needs a goalkeeper. So they're weighing up as well, despite already having 8 goalkeepers on their books. Chelsea are actively searching for an upgrade. Chelsea's current number one, Rob Sanchez, has had an inconsistent season, making costly mistakes that has raised concerns about his long-term suitability. Yeah, he's terrible. Like, he's not terrible. He can make a save, he can make a pass, but his consistency is terrible. And this whole Ben Roberts head of goalkeeping situation has to end. It has to end. Like, just get rid of your project, Rob Sanchez. We're done. We are done. So, yeah, the party line from Maresca is we trust him. Even today in the pre-match press conference, he sort of suggested that maybe a player generally, theoretically, can be taken out of the firing line if they're not playing well. But this is just not us. This is any player, he said, and gave other examples. But he did say yes to the concept of it. Interesting. Look, if this story picks up momentum on, is it Kobel or Kobel, the Dortmund goalkeeper? I think he's got most clean sheets in the Champions League this season, I read, which is something nice. Plus, kind of at the situation where anyone's better than Sanchez, personally. So, obviously, we'll keep a close eye on this story if there are developments. Yeah, man, I will, of course, keep you guys updated. By the way, there are reports, Duncan Castle's coming out, a journalist, reporting that Joao Felix is looking to leave Chelsea this window. He said on the Transfers podcast that the Portugal international was looking for pastures new with a switch away of Stamford Bridge on the cards, which could even be this window. Last summer, well, we know what happened with Joao Felix. He was kind of used as a George Menge bargaining chip, a kind of tradey asset to get the Conor Gallagher deal over the line. We know a couple of clubs have been linked to Joao Felix. Of course, most recently Aston Villa, who's really liked by Unai Emery, and indeed AC Milan as well are really interested in him. So Yeah, I mean, I could only so many times talk about how I feel sad about Joao Felix, but at the same time, I could understand if it's not working. He'll go somewhere and be good, hopefully. I heard him described as footballing's orphan. I think my mate might have said it in WhatsApp, which was really good, apt description of him. Yeah, man, I wish him all the best. And if he stays and works out, great. I like the player, but I've just got that feeling that it was a silly sort of opportunistic signing, which is that word going around Chelsea fans. You know, that sort of... there was amortization, opportunism. There's a few like sort of like words that trigger Chelsea fans at the moment. Anyway, let's talk about Evan Ferguson, shall we? What the ruddy heck not? Remember when Brighton wanted £100 million for the young Irish striker? Well, The Guardian, Jacob Steinberg, has written about this situation. Chelsea have joined the race to sign Brighton striker Evan Ferguson. Brighton are willing to sell or even loan the Republic of Ireland international, we can talk about that, who has been subject of interest from Arsenal, Bayer Leverkusen, Bournemouth, Everton, Tottenham and West Ham. Leverkusen were seen as front runners for Ferguson, only for their plans to be complicated by Al Nassr pulling out because, with the Victor Boniface thing. That left West Ham in a strong position, but risked being outmuscled by Chelsea. Enzo Maresca is keen to bring in a striker to compete with Nicholas Jackson. So am I! And at this point, as long as they're an actual striker, they're bred, they're developed, they've been trained to be a striker, a centre-forward, a number 9, I'm kind of like, bring me anyone, do you know what I mean, at this point? Provided you're not spending $100 million on Evan Ferguson. He's gone 7 games without scoring Nico in the Premier League. Ferguson is well known to Stamford Bridge's recruitment team because we were obsessed with effing Brighton. Those muggy little seagulls. It's unclear if Chelsea, who has recruited heavily from Brighton during the past 2.5 years, would want a loan or a permanent deal. It's thought Ferguson, who's recovering from an ankle injury, could be available for £40 million. Although for me that's still too much. It's certainly a lot less than 100 million, isn't it? He's 20 now, and he's scored just once this season. Yeah, he's been benched by Welbeck and Joao Pedro. Look, and this goes on a little bit more talking about Evan Ferguson. I would accept a 6 months loan. I know many of you won't, as long as the terms are great and it's just literally a striker option off the bench. I'm at the point, guys, where something is better than nothing. As long as we're not doing an absolute knobhead move like, we're going to spend 200 million on, or 80 million on Rasmus Højlund, do it like a Man United, like that. If we're just doing something to help our chances qualify for the Champions League, then I'm all for it. I mean, didn't he bag a hat-trick at one point, Ferguson, and everyone thought he was the best thing in the world? I'm not saying he's amazing. He's certainly got potential. He looks like a striker, like when he plays. But, if we've signed Evan Ferguson, I don't expect him to start over Nicholas Jackson. Many Chelsea fans will be looking for a clear upgrade on Jackson, and that's not even to slag off Jackson, just while he's dipped in form, just someone to come in and do well. I don't think that's Evan Ferguson, but I will nail my colours to the mast and just say simply, guys, something is better than nothing, and he will represent something, provided it's like a very fair loan fee, his wages are low, and it's just low risk. And if he does really well, becomes Chelsea's starting striker, if there's an option to buy, get an option in now. Say, all right, we'll agree to your 40 million option in the summer. Because if he comes in, bangs like in the second half of the season, 7 or 8 Premier League goals, you go, all right, 40 million quid, there you go, mate. And then suddenly you got yourself a good deal. But there are very niche parameters. And many of you will react in your own ways, saying absolutely not. Some of you will say yes, but do leave your thoughts down in the comments. Alright, so we are going to play West Ham. Who's West Ham? Graham Potter's West Ham, no less, returning to Stamford Bridge. He got a very, very credible draw, 1-1 draw away at a good Aston Villa side. I know they've been floundering a little bit. Guess who got the goal? Previous Chelsea man, Emerson Palmieri. They now play back 3. I don't know. Were they playing back 3 before? I can't even remember. But they certainly are now. They're playing a 3-4-2-1, Chelsea's Champions League winning formation. Oh my giddy aunt, Paqueta playing as a striker. Wow, he's a good footballer. That's oddly scares me. In fact, all of this scares me. Why do they suddenly look good? Is it just the Graham Potter fear? But Wan-Bissaka and Emerson, and Bissaka's played well for West Ham. Emerson is a good offensive fullback, left wing back. Cresswell seems like quite a offensive left centre back for me. But Kilman, they brought in Soufal. Again, this is weird, bro. I mean, this is like when you play a back three, you can play like non-centre backs there. Like Soufal's a midfielder. I mean, but that kind of Graham Potter innovation scares me. Like, are they going to just slap us up and everyone's going to have a great game? And these are big, strong boys as well. And Chelsea are not big, strong boys. Okay, calm down. I'm not scared. Kudus, whatever. I'm looking at who came off the bench. No one scares me, really. I mean, Danny Ings. It's going to be... If we lose this game at home to Graham Potter's West Ham, there is going to be some upset Chelsea fans. I'll tell you that much, including me. So how are we going to do it? Well, let's build a lineup together. And yes, guys, off the bat, I'm bloody doing it, mate. Effing doing it. Take him out of the firing line. Put in Jorgensen, make the Chelsea fans happy at Stamford Bridge. You want the team behind you. The thing is, as soon as Rob Sanchez does a misplaced pass, he's already got a bit of treatment from the Chelsea fans. Why put that on yourself? Especially at home at Stamford Bridge when the narrative is he's shaky. Take him out the firing line. Bring in Jorgensen. Absolutely. I mean, the back four still kind of theoretically, like, picks itself at the moment. I mean, I wouldn't be feeling insane if like a Tosin plays there or whatever. But I mean, really, Cole didn't have a great game last time out, did he? But he is, let's be real, going to play here. And then it's going to be Kukurea. And to be honest, excuse me, in terms of talent, fine. You know, like, this is no issue to me. Caicedo must play, and if he ever becomes injured, we're in serious trouble. Cole Palmer's had a little bit more rest. Excuse me. Look at all these incredible team of the season cards. And he should be good to go. He often plays well at Stamford Bridge. And yes, Enzo Fernandez, I want to complete this. Enzo Fernandez now won't be turning back and seeing, in my lineup at least, Rob Sanchez and goal make mistakes. Everyone can behave a little bit more calmly. And yes, unless we sign a striker tomorrow and has a couple of training sessions, it's going to be Nicholas Jackson starting up front, in front of Kapama, hopefully showing that he can get his scoring touch back, showing that he can link up with Cole Palmer. And it's tough. Like, I guess it's just, you know, I guess, look at that Chelsea card, 90 Chelsea card. It's going to be Jadon Sancho left. And the thing is, like, I want to see, I think Neto can be really, really good and put crosses into the box and his preferred right. But Noni scored the goal, but then he goes off the boil. I know he's been our most productive winger, Noni, but I want to see just structurally a bit more Pedro Neto, because Noni, as soon as he scores, he sort of chills as well. I want to see the frantic, erratic nature of Pedro Neto if it can serve us in this game. And of course, you've got substitute opportunities there, certainly of Noni. Will Felix and Nkunku be utilised if they want to go before? Well, would they even be in the squad? That's another thing, because the deadline's on that evening. So you tell you something. If they're in this, if they could be in Stamford Bridge because they could be waiting for a transfer, so they could be watching the game. But if Nkunku and Joao Felix are in the squad for this game, they ain't going anywhere. They ain't getting transferred. And then in terms of substitute appearances, who could we see? Gusto, of course, is almost definite. Gusto and Noni, if he doesn't start. Maybe, I'm trying to think. Maybe Gu? Suddenly we're not looking that juicy, are we? Or certainly not as juicy as we used to. But yeah, look, man, I am relatively scared of this game. If we lose, I'm going to be very worried. If we win, I'm going to be very happy. I'm going to predict a win, yeah. I hope Chelsea rally at home. I don't trust us to keep a clean sheet. I think we might play better if Jorgensen starts. I think the fear might be less, but I also think he might just concede a goal. I'm going to go big, guys. I'm going to say a 3-1 Chelsea win at home, which will be great. It will be great. It will sort of make us feel a bit more confident in the top 5 finish. And oh my word, let's please just put a performance in above all else. A consistent 90 minutes. As always, let me know what you think. Comment down below. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy. If you want to check out the merch products below under the video. And I'll see you back here soon. Of course, I'll be covering all major stories in the transfer window. So I'll see you back here soon. Peace.